Hey guys, it's Oracle Daphne. I am back again for your mid-December tarot horoscope monthly video, and I am, wearing my lovely reindeer antlers because I'm trying to get into the Christmas spirit. I just found a new apartment and I'm going to be moving in tomorrow. So I'm really excited, and I've been traveling since since November 25th, which is a long time. So I'm kind of ready to be settled and into my new apartment. I had moved into an apartment, but the apartment I moved into had a ceiling leak, and then I had to move out all at once, all at the same time. So kind of crazy. And now you can see I'm still recording in a hotel, which is actually okay because I'm able to record all my videos very quickly. And yeah, so that's an update. The other thing is I completed my deck, my tarot deck. Each card has an upright and a reversal. So I've got all my reversals done. And that means I'm going to be doing both. Some cards are both yes cards. So the upright is yes and no is, and the reversal is a yes. Some are double no's, where the upright's a no and the reversal's a no. And some are mixed. So the upright could be a no, but the reversal could be a yes. So, I have kind of a crazy take on things, and I think you'll really enjoy this. The other thing is I'm working with my botryoidal agate. It's this, you can see, it's this interesting gemstone. It looks kind of like a seashell in a way. This is the back side of it. And I call this the critter. And I'm starting to use this because I just recently had this breakthrough with it, where it's like I could have this whole conversation with the gemstone. I feel like there's a lot of information in the stone, and the stone helps me get messages. So it's kind of like my sidekick. So I'm doing that. I am drinking this lovely tropical goodness today for this recording. And this reading is for everyone with their sun, moon, or ascendant in Leo. And this is the big cats. This is for the big cats reading. And if you would like a private reading, I am still available, and I would love to do one for you. My rates are $75 for an hour, $150 for 2 hours. And I am really good about getting back to people right away. So within 24 to 48 hours, you can expect to get scheduled. I accept only PayPal payments, but it's easy to set up a PayPal account if you don't have one. You just go to paypal.com and click sign up. And then the other thing is I am doing a special 2015 overview reading, okay? And those are 2 hours long, and those go through the entire zodiac. So we start in the month of January and do a reading for January and do a reading for February, and so on and so forth. We'd probably go through them pretty quickly because it's 2 hours, and it's $250. This is a special 2015 yearly overview for you. I'm not going to be doing any, well, I may decide to do a yearly overview for each sign, but I think it'd be better if I did it for, personal ones rather than doing like a Leo one for 2015. It doesn't feel right to me. I think it would be better to do private readings for those. So I am offering those now. And you can contact me at my email, elizabetholson31@gmail.com. So without further ado, let's see what we've got. And again, this is for everyone with their sun, moon, or ascendant in Leo. You've got a lot of purple energy right now. This is awesome. Okay. This is beautiful. Leo, I feel like I feel like right now is going to be a really good time for you. The end of December, from now until the end of December, really good time. A lot of the other signs are having trouble, but I feel like you're at the top of your game right now. If you're having issues, I feel like it's relationship related, but I feel like in other areas, there's just a lot of positive, strong stuff. Really, really good. Even in January, I feel like it's going to be good for you. And the card that's you've got is the upright of the star card. And Leo, of course, is a star, naturally. They're the natural, Broadway, actors and actresses, the Broadway stars, the musical stars. I feel like there's a lot of Leos that are like musical geniuses. They just have a lot of star power, And this is literally the stars are watching over you. Everything is positive. This is a fresh start, healing of negative emotions. This is really, really, really strong. And then what's crossing you, which is even better, is the freedom from worry card. So the two of them are like this. So you have all this purple. If you can see it, this purple energy. It's like all this purple here and all this purple here. And I don't know if I've seen these two together like this. This is just really strong, beautiful energy. You guys have some beautiful energy right now that's happening, and I really like it. It's so interesting because Gemini's was like very, very light blue, or sort of like it's like an ultramarine blue, and yours is like very, very purple. And I don't always see it like that. I don't always see the colors like that, but that's what I'm seeing right now for mid-December anyways. In the distant past, you really wanted a 50-50 partnership. You wanted, if for Leo guys, this is you. You wanted fairness and commitment. You weren't in a relationship to objectify a woman. You were in a relationship because you really loved her, because you really do love her. If there's a woman in your life, you're a good guy. That's, and you're like, well, yes, thank you so much. I am. I know I am. See, that's you, Leo. Don't let that go to your head, okay? Oh, that's so funny. But yeah, I feel like that's you. And ladies, I feel like either you're married to this person, or you're getting married to this person because you have the Lover's card coming in from the outside. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have the Lover's card coming in. Alert, alert, alert. Red alert. The red love alert card. 500 feet ahead, you're going to have some serious romance happening. And this is awesome. This is in the upright position. It's awesome. It's beautiful. It's just love. This is a relationship. This is potential marriage. A man that's like this, that's someone who's very fair and very giving in a partnership, doesn't stay single for very long. So if Leo, if you've been single, then I don't think you're going to be single for too much longer, because I feel like this Mrs. Right's going to come along very soon here. I feel like this partnership that you're going to be in is going to be really, really beautiful. In the recent past, you got the free will card, which is my least favorite. Well, not my least favorite. One of my least favorite cards. Because free will kind of just is annoying to me. It says, free will changes everything. Other people and your free will can change the outcome. Outcome is not yet known. It is up to you to make it happen. The future has not been written yet. So there are sometimes, I've even considered taking this out of my deck, honestly. But it needs to be there because I feel like people think, that psychics or tarot card readers are, they're fortune tellers. They're people that tell the fortune, and that the fortune is going to happen no matter what. And they rely on psychics to like tell that fortune, you know. And the funny thing is people don't realize that no matter what I say, no matter what anybody says, there's a lot of factors that influence the outcome of your life and the outcome of each situation that you're in. And there are people that believe in free will and there are people that don't. But ultimately, free will, you know, you choose the direction that you go in. You do choose because you have free will. And that could end up, by you choosing, it could actually be where you go down a path that you weren't supposed to go down, but you did because you chose to go down it, and therefore it causes problems. It can cause problems. And other times it's kind of exciting because you don't really know the outcome. So even if I was trying to tune in, it would be like I wouldn't be able to see anything or get anything because either you're not supposed to know or it doesn't exist yet because you haven't made it happen yet. And there is an element here, too, of making it happen. A lot of people think that, like, if I tell them, like, yes, you're going to marry so-and-so, or, like, you know, because you got the lover's card, that they don't have to do anything about it. Well, yes, you do. You have free will. You need to choose. You need to say, yes, that person is really right for me. I really am supposed to be in a relationship. You need to go to the church to get married or wherever you're going to get married in. Maybe the field with the flowers, you know. I don't know, but you have to make that step. You can't just rely on the fact that somebody tells you, well, yes, it's destined to happen. No, but you have to go through it. You have to do it. You know, you have to choose. That's what you want. It's a complicated, sticky little, tricky little thing, free will. Free will and fate are very confusing for a lot of people. And free will is when you choose wisely or you choose unwisely, but it influences, it greatly influences the outcome, you know. And everybody has free will whether they know it or not. Sometimes things are more fated, though. So if they're fated, that means even if you choose something, something will happen that readjusts you, okay? Free will is more like choosing, but not necessarily the wise thing, and then shit hits the fan because it's not right for you, you know? It's not because the universe is aligning you, realigning you. I mean, it can realign you to the right path, but it's just a sign that if things are going really, really tough for you, chances are you've chosen something which isn't for your highest good. But then again, you could have chosen, it could be the universe testing you, or it could be that the universe is, you know, you've got karmic things that kind of all intertwine with this free will thing. So it can get very complicated, which is why it's good to have a private reading. Because then I can tell you, well, it's free will. You chose to do what you need to choose to do this. If that's what you really want, you need to choose. You need to go out and get them, kid, you know? And I feel like in the past, maybe you chose, or you're frustrated because you were trying to figure out what it is that you were supposed to do, and nobody could tell you. Maybe no psychic could tell you. Maybe everything the psychics told you didn't come true. And you were just like, well, what's really going to happen? How is it going to work out? And there is this element of life where we don't know. And that's the exciting part. The exciting part is not really knowing for sure what's going to happen. Because if everybody came into life with a manual of knowing for sure what was going to happen, then it would take the fun out of it. Not all of it, but a lot of it, you know? So, excuse me. So the thing is, you need to watch your sleep, Leo, because right now I feel like you're a little bit burnt out. This is what's crowning you. And I can tell this is you, Leo, because check out her hair. Look at that hair. You know, you guys have a thing with your hair, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again. It's out of control. It's huge. Leos have big hair. I feel like you need to kind of tame that a little bit. You know, you got a little beast in your hair. I feel like you need to get some peace of mind, and you need to just be in quiet for a little while. Turn off the music. Deplug from electronics and just rest. I feel like some of you are recovering from like an illness or something. Some of you haven't been well. I feel like some of you, I can see some of you like going into the hospital, like on one of those gurney things, getting all hooked up, and you weren't that well. So my condolences to you, and I feel like you're going to recover, because the card that comes next is the action card, taking action. This is the girl that dances, sings, goes and gets them, is very active. So I feel like you're going to recover. So this is kind of a pause, Leo. You can't party all the time, although you'll beg to differ, but you can't. You have to just sometimes be still, sometimes watch TV, sometimes just relax, sometimes just rest, sometimes just read a book, You can't be going all the time. Emotionally, it's very interesting that he doesn't usually pop up in this position. Emotionally, you've got someone in heaven that's watching out for you. This could be someone who's passed away. Could be a mother, father type figure, grandmother, grandfather, great-grandmother, great-grandfather, person, who actually, the owl's calling to me here. It's so funny. The owl is saying love is on the way. And I feel like these, your deceased loved ones are sending you love. They are sending you love, but then they're also sending you love, which is the Lover's card. They have a sense of humor. I love that. I feel like, Leo, you're going to get it. When you watch this, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, that's so crazy. They love you, they definitely love you. And it's good to know, sometimes that, our ancestors are out there and they're watching over us, and I feel like that love is going to bring you a lot of emotional happiness. You're going to be really happy. Okay, so what comes next? You've got this really strong fire energy in the upright position, and that is the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is to burn, to be on fire, making your mark, staking your claim, passion. So you've got really, really, really strong cards. I feel like what happens is you've been sick, you've been kind of sick, and you're kind of getting over being sick, and then you get your energy back. But then later on, it grows. Like you're literally like you're on fire. Maybe you got really, really popular, or you gain a lot in your following of people, and I feel like that's coming to me for some reason. And the outcome is the wealth, great wealth, happiness, and bliss. This is big, big money. This is a lot of the fish. The fish have a lot of money. And this is someone who's kind of likes his single life, likes his freedom, likes to just go out and have fun. This is a single guy who can date basically forever. Leo, I don't want you to end up being a bachelor here. So because you have love coming in, I feel like you're going to end up getting married, and but I also feel like you're, well, okay, it can really go either way. Some of you may get married, and then others may end up single. The universe may bring you love, but the love may not come in the form of a marriage. It may come in the form of a partner. It may come in the form of a friend. It may come in the form of, a loving family. Doing something that you love. I feel like doing something that you love is very important. The passion, the drive is there to do something you love. The universe is maybe just calling you to do something you love. But because your ancestors are sending you love, it may be a combination of they're sending you a person that's very loving, you know? And it may not be that you end up with that person, although it may be that you do, and it's just that you end up actually making a lot of money in your career, and you know, they're not part of your career. They're not really a part of your finances as much as, like, I feel like this is you coming into money. This is you having a lot for some reason, and enjoying your freedom. But that doesn't mean you're not enjoying love too. So to me, it's a lot of money. So financially, you're going to be good. So overall, okay, it looks like you've got the healing card, the star power. You've got, you know, you're not going to be as worried as you may have been in the past. You know, you've got a guy who's coming in or a female I feel like it's a strong female coming in. Some of you ladies, you Leo ladies, you know, you are the ones that are sick. I feel like the guys are really going to be getting into a relationship. I feel like a relationship is coming for the guys. Not as much for the girls, but it is possible, ladies, that you could find somebody and love is coming in for you as well. I feel like the outcome is a single guy. So I feel like some of you Leos are going to end up single in some way. And if the ones that are getting married, they might just have a really big, like they might get a promotion, or they might just have like a business that just kind of just booms, takes off, you know. So yeah, so you've got that. You've got the taking action card. You've got love. What's not to like? Leo, I mean, this is amazing. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Let me just pull, I want to pull a final card to kind of clarify and see if I get anything else. Okay, so there's three, I think there's like I pulled 3 additional cards because I want to give Leo your due. I mean, everything seems to be going really well for you, but I really want to like clarify some stuff. So I pulled a couple of extra cards, and the first extra card is the World in reverse, but you can't reverse the world. The world just is always going to be upright. So in my estimation, this is still a very positive card. It's still a yes card. This is what I call a double yes card. It says, transcending the material world for a more spiritual life. Positive outcome. Even if you aren't rich, you are enriched with gifts and love. You are also abundant. So that's the clarity. That's the universe bringing you love, bringing you wealth. It may not be huge wealth, but it is prosperity. It is abundance. And this is sort of not needing that. And I feel like very strongly this is coming through. This is not needing that wealth, but having it anyway. So it's sort of like, you know, the kind of person that just doesn't like, just really doesn't need to have it, you know, but it comes to them naturally anyways. And you actually do really cool things with it, you know. So it's sort of like you're not thinking of how to make buku billions and stockpile it in your closet, you know. You're thinking of how do you grow on a spiritual level, you know. How do you get closer to people? How do you bring more love in your life? How do you transcend this materialistic society that we live in, you know? But at the same time, you have money, you have abundance. You don't have to worry. You're not going to have to worry about finances. That's my feeling. Some of you, okay, are waiting for a guy to come back. And I talked about this in another one of my videos. This is a card. This is the reverse of the waiting card. And the waiting card is a double no card. Well, actually, the waiting card is Upright is yes, and the reverse is a no. Okay, so it says to wait for a guy to come back disempowers you. It's time to move on. You must. So for the ladies that are Leos or Leo ascendant or moon, you're waiting on a guy to come back into your life, and it's time for you to move on. In order for you to have this new love come in and this new relationship, in order for you to have real love in your life, you need to move on from this guy. That's the message. And then others, it goes back to being sick. This is it says to hang on, but barely, to go in and out of consciousness, to spend a lot of time in bed and or sleeping, needing to see a doctor. So I feel like some of you are recovering from being sick, and some of you are, I feel like your health really needs to be addressed, because it's sort of like, maybe you were sick, maybe you were, you were in bed, and then you got better, and then things got really, really good, and you were on top of the game, and then maybe you still need to see the doctor. I feel like there are things that you can do that you're ignoring. If you can possibly take herbal medicine, take some herbal medicine. If you have never taken herbal medicine before, see an herbalist, see a naturopath, see someone who can do the thing the natural way. Look at the online forums and see what they say. Take your power back as far as your health. I feel like, Leo, you are not addressing things in your health. You're shoving some of those things underneath the rug, and maybe you're depending too much on a doctor to know the answers, and a lot of times the doctors don't know natural training. They can give you drugs, and they can make you feel pain, less pain, but that isn't real healing. That's just kind of covering and masking the problem. Whatever the deep root of the problem is, I feel like some of you actually have Lyme disease. I don't know why that's coming to me, but some of you actually do. Or maybe some of you have like a deeply rooted health issue. I feel like some of you have like female problems. I feel like some of you are suffering from like severe depression, and I feel like some of you need counseling in the way of like, how to handle like suicidal thoughts and things like that. Some of you are working with the elderly, which is why I'm seeing this, the bed thing, where you're dealing with someone like an older parent or somebody who's got Alzheimer's, who's got dementia, someone who maybe you work in a nursing home, or maybe you work in an assisted living place, or you're around somebody who has this. But I think a lot of you have the physical problems yourself, and you're not eating right, and you're not paying attention to your physical body. You get really excited about things, and then you just go do stuff, and you're not really like planning meals. You're not even planning snacks. It's like you're lucky if you have one meal a day. Some of you probably are drinking too much, and you're not. I feel like some of you don't really understand nutrition and how nutrition works. I feel like you're just kind of like letting your body go to shit. Some of you, that's happening. I feel like, and you need to really address that, because it's crucial. I feel like it's crucial for your long-term health. Okay, that's coming to me. It's also about, I think it's also about barely hanging on, which is sort of like you're just barely kind of getting by. You're barely staying awake during the day. You're barely like getting through your day-to-day functions, and you're just not really well, Some of you, this is some of you, not all of you. Like I said, I feel like you're ill, but then you kind of bounce back, especially later in December, and I feel like you come out on top. I feel like your career gets a real like boost. Financially, you're going to be good. Your health, I am concerned about though, because if you're getting to this point where you're barely hanging on, You know, it creates this pattern of severe lows and severe highs, you know, and you need to kind of have a more balanced approach to your life. And it's like, I feel like the problem is Leo is like their energy is so big. It's just like they don't really know how to control it, you know? And it's just kind of a little bit out of control. And I feel like your health has gotten to a point where it needs attention. It needs a lot of attention. And I don't care if you see several doctors. I'm a huge, you know, supporter of seeing many doctors. Different kinds of doctors. Not the same, not like another MD or then another MD or then another specialist that's an MD. No, because they don't have the training. They don't have special training. They are just... They've been trained a certain way in that regiment, and that's fine for certain things and certain people, but it's time for you to think outside of the box, because this is somebody who is not well and needs to get better, you know? So if you want to have a consultation, I have been doing things more, I do a lot with health stuff. I'm not liable, I am not a doctor, I do not have formal training, but I have done a lot of research, and I can tune into health stuff, things that you could do that would help you get better, and a lot of natural things too that you can buy. You know, I make links to Amazon all the time. I send clients links to things on Amazon that would definitely help them, that I think would help them anyway. And that's all for you right now, Leo. But in general, really positive stuff. The world is really your oyster, and I say go and get it. And there's a lot of go and get it songs coming to my mind right now. But I'm going to wish you big hugs, big kisses, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Thank you so much. Take care.